So down here, these boxes, that's going to be where the connections between the two rooms are. You can see that gray conduit tubing that leads across over there, under the stairs, and into the control room. And I had problems with not enough wires and then too much wire, so we're ending up hiding some excess wire in the wall, which is why there's all that wire floating there. But what's going to happen is, I can't really show you too much right now. You can sort of see this one here is going to be 3 USB cables that'll be mirrored in the other room. This double gang here, let me show you this real quick. This is snazzy. So this is 4 XLRs, and you can't use all 8, it's only 4. But the way they're connected is with 2 Ethernet cables. Isn't that cool? This took me forever to find, and I'm very excited about it. So there's that. That'll be there. Then this next one over is just going to be 2 Ethernet jacks. And then this very last one, let me show you this wall plate. See it a little bit. So it's going to be, the XLR is going to be a dummy. This was the wall plate that I could find that was closest to what I wanted. It is, I'm going to use the RCAs and the headphone jack to tie RCA cables and 1/8 inch cable between both rooms. And then on the outside of the room, so I think you've seen everything else. I don't know if I showed you this tie from down, that's going to be the smoke detector. Good to have a smoke detector, especially when you're surrounded by soundproof. So this here, this little cable that you can see, that's the outside of the room. And it follows down, and it's going to come into the room down there. And the reason I did that is just for trying to keep the 2 openings in the wall as far apart as I could get them for soundproofing. And that's going to be Ethernet. So the internet will come into and out of the room. And let me just walk you over really quickly so we can get the control room in our sights today too. Like I say, this is basically, there hasn't been much done except the tying in the cables that are going between the 2 rooms. And here's how they look in the control room. And like I say, right, basically just mirroring the connections from the other side. And there's the conduit going under the stairs from this direction. And then, like I say, I think everything else we've seen. Just to keep everything, keep the running tally going. The rough-in electrical was around $7,000, which is a lot. But there was at least one cheaper option company for local electricians, but who also had good reviews, but to the extent that this company had any negative reviews at all, it was just that they were a little pricey, but the quality of their work is excellent. And so of all things in your house, electricity and plumbing are the 2 that, like, if someone screws those up, your potential have like major catastrophe. And so it's really good just to take price into account, right? Sometimes you don't need to go with like the most expensive option, but you want to make sure you're working with someone that you trust to do the job correctly. Also, I had the building inspector here last week, I guess, or the week before. make sure you pull permits and, you know, have someone else's eyes on it. Even if you're a DIY person and you want to save a lot of money, and even if you don't want to, you know, get permits and whatever, if you want to like fly under the radar because you're like, whatever, I'm doing it myself, at least get someone else's eyes on it. Electricity is serious, you know, so it's just a good idea to have someone else look at it so they can say, wait, what's going on here? The nice thing is I'm almost acting as GC, right? I'm very aware of every step of the process, but then I also have experts actually doing the work, and I have like kind of a builder who's we're kind of almost tag teaming general contractor roles, mostly because I'm just a busybody who knows too much for her own good, or not enough for her own good, one of them. But then also getting the inspector here to get another set of eyes on it to make sure everything looks good. I'm doing a whole sub panel. So there's a lot of electrical work down here. It just made sense to me to have to try and get that done as correctly as possible, right? Okay, that's it for today. Drywall starts later on today, so there'll probably be a video shortly after this. I'm not spacing them out as the work is being spaced out. I'm spacing them out as I'm editing them. So as much as while I'm talking and saying, oh, hey, this is happening today or tomorrow or whatever, you might be experiencing them at a little bit different rate. But I wanted to make sure to get to show you the connections between the two rooms, because drywall starts today, and then that'll be another video. All right, take it easy, y'all. Bye-bye.